This video discusses child sexual abuse. If you only buy one children's book to help teach body safety and prevent child sexual abuse early, this would be my first recommendation. It's titled I Said No by Zach and Kimberly King. What I like about this book is that it does so much more than tell children don't take candy from strangers. This book is really meant as a form of primary prevention for child sexual abuse. And by primary prevention, I mean helping children build safety skills before abuse happens, not just after something is suspected, disclosed, or discovered. I have another book recommendation for that I'll talk about later. A lot of books on this topic either feel too vague or too scary, and this one helps children understand what kinds of touch are healthy, what kinds are not okay, and how to understand what you're feeling and which adults are safe. That is what makes it good prevention. This book is also informative for parents. There's a parent guide up front on how to use the book, and this comes in handy because most parents want to protect their kids, but don't know how to start this conversation without making it awkward, confusing, or overly frightening. Now, the book doesn't stop when the story ends. The publishing company has additional free resources and printouts to help parents keep teaching these body boundary rules. This makes the book usable by teachers, counselors, and other adults who work with multiple kids. And that's super important because prevention isn't simply one big dramatic talk. It's systematic with repetition, calm language, and clear rules. That is how children learn. As a physician, I appreciate that this book discusses special situations that could feel confusing to a child if they're simply told no one should ever touch you there. This includes sections on the doctor's office, on learning to toilet and potty train, and safe internet use. That gives children a better framework for understanding the difference between healthy, appropriate care and something that's not okay. I also really like that the book talks about safe adults, because just telling a child, be sure to tell someone if this happens, is not enough, particularly since most sexual abuse happens from someone the child already knows. They need help knowing who counts as a safe adult, what if the first adult doesn't listen, and what if the child is scared of getting in trouble. This book makes that more concrete for the child because prevention requires more than just recognizing feelings in the moment. It's also about knowing who to go to for help. Finally, this book also encourages basic knowledge of anatomical language. That helps with safety and disclosure should a situation arise. It also doesn't shame the funny or silly names that kids often use for their body parts, but it does give them accurate and clinical language while also talking about similarities and differences between boys and girls. That helps open the conversation for parents without shame, and it lowers the chance that a child is left to figure out these topics through confusion, secrecy, or inappropriate exploration. An additional important topic that often gets missed in books like this is explicit language about consent and what that means. Children need to know that some touch is safe, caring, and appropriate in the right context, but not every touch feels the same. Some touch feels playful, safe, and welcome, while other touch feels kind of scary, confusing, and wrong. And I Said No helps children make sense of that using green flag feelings and red flag feelings. This gives children language for themes adults would identify as coercion, manipulation, or abuse. But children can recognize their own feelings, and teaching them to couple these feelings with words and actions is a vital part of prevention. My favorite practical feature, though, is the walkthrough of various tricky situations and introduces the framework. Think, say, do, because it gives children a script, and we all benefit from scripts when things get really rough. They need something they can rehearse before they are ever in a hard situation. That makes this book actionable, which is exactly what I look for in a prevention book. Knowledge is pointless without action. Now, one caveat. This is not the kind of book I would hand to a child by themselves and then walk away. This works best when you, as the adult, read it with your child. Make it interactive by asking questions like, what are red flag feelings? Who are your safe adults? What would you say if ABC? Or what would you do if XYZ? I really can't emphasize this enough. Interacting with your child and helping them with their safety plan is where the real value of this book comes from. Now, shifting gears. There are several other books in this space, but I want to give one specific honorable mention. But first, if you've gotten something from this video, please like and subscribe so I know you want more evidence-based content. Now, the honorable mention in this category goes to Some Secrets Should Never Be Kept. This book can reinforce some of the same lessons lessons through a more narrative or story-driven format that may hold some children's attention better. But I would add it as a supplementary second book because it does not lay out an identifiable framework for children to use, though it does show the use of a framework throughout the book. If I were only getting one book, I would 100% choose I Said No. But this is a rare instance where I would actually encourage you to get both books to consolidate the framework and ensure the points stick. Now, if prevention has failed and child sexual abuse is suspected or confirmed, and you want a book to help your child through the what comes next phase while helping them know they are not alone, then go watch my short video on Please Tell, which I recommend to anyone with a child who has experienced sexual abuse. If you're interested in purchasing any of these books, I have affiliate links in the description below, and purchasing from them really helps me out. If you have other books you'd like me to review, please leave a comment. Until next time, let's all practice more understanding and less shame.